The size of them, the links of chain. God, can't even pick it up. Oh, that is heavy. That's about 30 kilos, 35 kilos.
Sally was pleased last night.
Fine figure of a man.
It's all paid for, mate.
Is that a six pack? Oh no. Kind of looks like a six pack.
It's a keg, eh?
Okay.
Who wants a six pack when you can have a keg?
True.
Flipping all these whippets. All these whippets with their six packs and that, they flipping want to man up and get themselves a keg, eh?
It's a dad bod, eh?
Dad bod, that's it, mate.
Women go crazy for... Do women go crazy for dad bods? Mish is like, no. No.
Oh no.
Yeah, for the Weybridge Bears, make 34 on board of it.
We missed it. We were going to drop the hammer, but I don't think we... Yeah, if that goes through us, I don't think we're going to survive.
Top 5 is all clear out from the Weybridge with your 3-4, the Condor Voyager also outbound, sure should be gone by the time you're here.
Land here, darling.
Welcome back everybody, I'm JP Fallais and today we're going to be scuba diving down to Anfre. So this is a reef with a beacon on. You've probably seen it outside Fermain if you're local to Guernsey, and it's the one with the big A. It's just waiting for Mish to get in the water. There's a bit of stuff floating around here, looks like there's a dead jellyfish there. But the viz is it's debatable on the surface. We've got a little bit of a bloom at the moment, but we'll see what happens when we get down to the bottom. So let's head down. This dive we are right in close to the beacon. You can see how shallow it is. You can see the seaweed pretty much as soon as we headed in. We're probably, I don't know, maybe 25 metres south of it, heading down to the southern side of the reef. No real plan on this one, it's just have a good time, have a look around, and if we do find any scallops, well that's a bonus. So the reason we're having a good look around is really there's no tide. It's at slack water now. So we're not very deep at the moment, between 15 and 20 metres, and you see plenty of different seaweeds around here. A lot of it's oarweed, there's some golden kelp. Some of the longer ones are called furbelows. These are quite easy to spot because they got large bulbous holdfasts on. Some of the redweed you can see is beautiful eyelash weed or dulse. And then the really nice one I like to see is rainbow weed. It's the sea ones, but it's got translucent yellowy petrolly stained fronds. And here's our lucky number one. This is our first scallop so far, and here's our second straight away. There isn't actually that many scallops up here this high on the reef. But I'm quite pleased to have got him, because now it's going to weight my bag down, because this thing floats when there's nothing in it. So calming and relaxing when there's no tide. Believe me when I say the tide does whip through it pretty quick. There's a fan worm. Those are normally good indicators that the tide does actually travel pretty quick through here. They like the fast growing tide. I must say all these scallops are really clean being up at this high on the reef, when the gravel or the sand is quite coarse. Makes it a little bit harder to see the scallops because they like to hide in this stuff. Decent sized ones. Can't complain. Considering I thought when we do this dive we wouldn't see any anyway. We just found something. I know exactly what it is already. It's a car battery. I'm not expecting to see more fish around here, even wrasse or pollock or bass. The bass still aren't around either. A bit worrying, but the sea temperature is still only 14 degrees.
Car battery.
Let's push on and see if we can get off at the top of this reef and down into some slightly deeper water where the scallops would prefer to be. It might be nice if we seen maybe a flatfish in this lovely sand, but I don't think we're going to see any today. In fact, I haven't seen any flatfish for a long time. None of us on the boat has been catching flatfish. I must have found something else. So her eyesight's a lot better than mine. She's already given me the signal, so I know it's a nudibranch already. This white stuff that's growing on this seaweed is a bryozoan, which is basically a tiny little animal called a zoid. Lives in rectangular boxes. See how close we can get. Obviously with the macro. Now I'm not quite sure what variety of nudibranch it is. I think it's a Trapani maculata or Trapani. Yeah, I think the maculata, because they got the yellow bits on. The Pallida has normally got just white bits on. Small dragonet trying to get out of our way. Well, we finally made it off the reef now, and we're down onto the sandy patch. So this is, you can tell the tide's been racing through here because there's nothing living here, and you can tell it's basically carved out of the sand. So we know there's going to be scallops here. This is an ideal area as far as the eye can see. Oh, there's some crab pots running along there. Okay, we'll have to be careful not to get tangled up in them. It's more my rope that goes back up to the surface, but I think it's going to be alright. I think we'll just swim over this bit and get out of the way. So obviously these crab pots are not lost. Yes, this small one is lost. It's actually been covered in growth again now. Almost looks like a nature's work of art, this. And here you can see them beautiful eyelash weed that I was on about just before. Right in the middle of the screen now, the darkest red ones. And there's also dulse involved here, which is the one on the furthest right, slightly more see-through coloured one. So just check where them pots are going. Randomly, someone's laid them perfectly up the ridge of this bank here. I don't know how they've done that. Fair play to you. But we'll leave them be. All we're interested in is scallops. Now we're off the reef, I think there's a fair chance we're actually going to get a few more. Remember, we got to get at least 2 dozen to be allowed back on the boat, so we better make sure we got them at least. I love it how these sandbanks are made. This is basically from the tide, from both sides coming together and lifting all the soft sand up into the middle, causing a bit of a ridge. Some of them could be huge.
Nice.
Always got to look further ahead, never look down straight below you. Trying to scan out as far as I can, see which direction I'm going to go in next. It's a shame all these little bits of snot are in the water. It'd be quite nice, the visibility would be very good. Well, I can't complain, it is actually pretty good. For Guernsey this is good anyway. We've been 15 minutes and we're at 20 metres and we've got 150 bar left, so there's loads of air left. Probably just finish this tank, to be honest. Now we're out onto the sand, make the most of it. I know there's going to be scallops around here because I can see starfish. Where there's starfish, there's normally scallops. This one looks pretty bleached white. It's not as colourful as they normally are. But then again, it's probably matching in with this white sand around here. And there's some of the starfish's work there. Managed to prise the shell open, eat the insides and leave them still on the hinge. I've just seen this fish swim straight in there. Trying to call Michelle over because I know she wants to get a good photograph of one of these. It's a Stevens goby. I don't think they've ever been registered to be seen in Guernsey, but they are literally everywhere. I'm just trying to point to her. Let's see if the same thing happens as it did last time. They tend to wait there just until you get the camera ready and then swim off. Let's see.
Oh God.
He's still there. He's waiting. And he's gone. in another hole. I knew that would happen. They almost know. We better carry on, get some more scallops. It's funny because this was meant to be a bit of a sightseeing dive, but we seem to be going off the reef and then down onto the sand. If there was more fish there, or something else to film and look at, we probably would have stayed. But hey ho, here we go. There's crabs everywhere, hermit crabs, all covered in camo. That's a female. Now we're out onto the sand. Some big scallops there. About halfway through her air, so I just check with Mish to see what air she's got. If she's lower than me, it's her responsibility to tell me that she's running low and vice versa. I think we've both got exactly the same, it's all good. Look at him, he's taking a while to go. That's about the extent that they swim. Only a metre or so. That one's probably a bit small. I'll leave him there. Because the tide is so still, you start to see everything move. Loads of spider crabs moving around. They're all females, the majority of these. And then also you see a scallop or two moving. Thought that was a cannibal then, but it's not. Kind of looks like one of them fruits, some really smelly fruits. I've noticed there's a few of these sticks around driftwood. Almost looks like Harry Potter's wand. Look. See if it worked. See if we can find a scallop. Nope, doesn't work. There's a scallop here that's managed to swim himself up into this little crack. Quite normal to see this. Swim in there, they obviously can't turn around and come back out. I really like this seabed around here. Something nice about it. It's nice and light. The size of this starfish, absolutely humongous.
That was massive.
Right, what is the chances of this? Finding a 20mm slotted brass screw in the middle of the ocean. Pretty cool. If you're missing a screw off your boat, that's where it is. There's also some little bit of stainless steel here. So maybe someone just chucked a whole handful of stuff over the side of the boat. This is a really cool bit of reef here. Almost does look like maybe an avalanche of sand that's come down from the top of the reef. Probably where the tide's been pushing it through a small gap and pushing it out the other side. Look at this, it's comb jelly as well, right in front of my face. Really hard to see. Another thing that's weird is the fact that the sea's managed to grade all the stones to the smallest to biggest and separate them into separate lines. Plenty of scallops around here, but they're all too small. There's also here, you can see these glass bottles. I'm almost guarantee they've got fish inside. Plenty of growth on them, probably been down quite a long time. Especially this one looks at least 100 years old. See what fish is in it. Oh, I can see what fish is in it. Let's have a little look at this. This is a Stevens goby. Normally they're butterfly blennies that sit in these bottles, but you can see here. Yep, a Stevens goby by the looks of it. I think he's a little bit annoyed I've managed to get him out of his house. You can see he looks a bit agitated the way his fins are up like that. And also the way he attacks my camera. Maybe he's got young inside the bottle. He wants me to go away. We better leave him be. You just see him dock back inside the neck of the bottle. There he goes. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you see stuff like this. Let's have a look inside this one. Yep, same again. Stevens goby, look. It's a smaller one this time. So these little tiny encounters makes my dive. Quite an old bottle. Early 1900s, I'd say. We'll leave it there because we know someone's living in it. Definitely getting towards the end of this dive. Not that I'm getting low on air, but we're probably getting low on bottom time. With 4 minutes left. It's only our first dive, I don't want to push it too bad. Well, actually, we've only got 80 bar left. Yep, I think we'll start making our way up. Size of them, absolutely monsters. Doing our 3-minute safety stop, just above 50 bar. Perfect on the air. Just a shame about these snotty bits. Kind of hoping that they fall out of the water soon. Then the viz will be truly awesome. I think we might need to clean the underside of Sylvia. It's growing some worms. I don't know how they stay on there when we're going 5-6 knots. There's a few of them though. Bagsy, I'm not going to vote that I do the cleaning. There he is. He's got birthday cake round his mouth. I wonder why. The big ones and some small ones. Oh, hang on. Who put this one in there? Matt.
What's that?
Don't know. It wasn't me. Everyone says that wasn't me. And it probably was me. There's some beasts in here.
I'm going to take some of mine back.
Yeah, there you go. She's taking her back. Yeah, that probably was me that shot that one there.
Yeah, some big. This has got a huge one as well.
That's mine. Oh, it's bigger.
Get a tape measure on it.
I think yours is just...
145. You got the tape in there, Paul? Got the measure in there? There should be a ruler in there.
I think it's yours.
I think I'm only just about... I'm only just allowed back on the boat. That looks too small.
You got the gauge?
Gauges. Where is gauge?
There.
There's a gauge. How many? 10. Oh! I think I'm only just about 11. Yes.
Not that we were going for scallops then, because there was no tide, so it was just a reef dive in the end. Did a few scallops there, some nice decent ones.
JP, can you go and take us out to the buffs there and see what the tide's doing, please?
Okie doke.
So Matt and Paul have gone in for another dive, some scallops, and we're just waiting for them to come back up. Probably thinking the same as me. So many crab pots around this area. I know some of them are lost. That one probably wasn't lost, given the fact that the ropes are fairly clean and the crab pot wasn't stuck into the seabed. I know one of the fishermen was mentioning the other day that a load of these pots, the doors were left open on the back. So obviously divers coming along and opening the back doors. Really, please, if you're a diver and you do this, don't do it to pots. Make sure they're definitely lost like this one. We used to do quite a bit of potting years ago, and there's nothing more infuriating than getting there and seeing that someone had opened the back doors on them. Obviously the fish aren't doing it, so it must have been divers. Get a bit of light onto this pot and see what's on it. They're always completely covered in life. Long-legged spider crabs everywhere. If there's hydroids growing on it as well, there's a good chance you're probably going to get some nudibranchs feeding on the hydroids. Look at this one here, this is quite big for a long-legged spider crab. They don't get much bigger than this one. Now we'll come to a bit of a rockery area where there's loads of boulders that are just off the seabed. There's a decent sized lobster under this. Am I going to put my hand in and grab it? I think I will. Let's have another little look under it. Nope, I've just seen a conger. Definitely not put my hand into that, under that. That's for sure. Certainly plenty of lobsters around here. Here's another one. This is really, really small. Made a nice little burrow. I think we're running out of grounds now where the scallops are. One more little creature for you. Can you see it? It's a nice cuttlefish. Well camouflaged. Let's get the macro on as well. See if we can get him close right into his skin. I don't think he's going to let me. Nope, I think he spotted me. He's going to slowly slip away. Still find it incredible, not only do they change the colour of their skin, they also change the shape of their skin. He's trying to mimic a crab there. We gotta get back up. Our time's run out on the bottom, and also our air is getting very low. Hope you enjoyed that. I think we've done okay on the scallops, we haven't broken any records. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Nice relaxing dive. Thanks a lot for coming along, and I'll catch you on the next tide.